We're live. Just doing a little test here. Thought I'd ask. We set up our live stream. It's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just like our normal Wednesday Bible study. But YouTube has it set up so that when we set it for 7 or 6:55 p.m. to go live, that it says that in the next screen it changed it to 3:55. So I went back and I thought, well, is it California Pacific time? Is that what? So I changed it to 9:55 p.m. and then went to the next screen. It says 6:55 p.m. Then my wife checked because the notifications went out, and some of you have gotten notifications that say 9:55 p.m. I mean, what is the deal? Why? I've gone on YouTube and looked at these tutorials that tell you how to set up live stream. None of them mention that little glitch, and it is a glitch. So what do? Does anybody know? If you know, make a comment. Don't tell me what you think. I'm not asking you to tell me what you think. I'm only asking for those who actually know for sure what to do. When I put 6:55, it sends out a notice to everybody that's 3:55, which means people will be expecting a 4 o'clock Bible study. If I send it out that it says 9:55, then I go to the next screen and it tells me on the little announcement, the little screenshot, it says 6:55. But then it sends out a notification that to you all that it's going to be 9:55. In other words, this stuff is so rinky-dink. It's amazing. I'm just telling you. I know some developers, and I know there are some good developers, but that whole subculture of tech, it just they do such pathetic work, and YouTube has so many little glitches that those of you who make videos and things, you know what I'm talking about. And anyway, we're doing the best we can to utilize this technology. We continue to look into other options, including possibly live streaming on sermon audio. But for the time being, we're going to continue to use YouTube, and we've overcome all the other little glitches and things that they have in their system, and now we're just trying to set it up so the announcement goes out and then tells you what time to expect your notification, what time we're going to go live, and something that's simple. I'm not a developer. I used to work with developers, and you know, I know this isn't rocket science, and I know it could or should be done. But anyway, if any of you know, or if you think you know somebody who would know, shoot them a text or an email or something and ask them if they have any recommendations on how to handle that. When I set the live stream up, am I supposed to look at my clock and subtract 3 hours, or look at my clock and put it exactly the time I have, and then the notification goes out with the wrong time? So that's the big question. And so far nobody's posted anything. So hopefully somebody out there watches this, knows an answer, or knows somebody who has an answer. In the meantime, come here. Come here. Say hi. Ah. I'll get her. Yeah, Cammy, come up here. You have to hold her. Okay. I'm trying to give Cammy a cameo.
She thinks she's in trouble.
She thinks she's in trouble.
She thinks she's going to get a bath.
Oh, look at the little girl. Oh, she's afraid she's going to get a bath because Jenny's doing the dishes. You're not going to get it. But I said the word. See, she recognizes those words. And I said the word bath. And see, look at me again. She do not like bath. Oh, well, you got to see the best, better looking of the two of us is Cammie for sure. And say hello, Rob and Josie and Frank. I think that's all the folks who have commented. And you saw my big finger because it's coming up on the screen there. That's how I can read it. So that's all I got. If you get if you see this on the not after we go off and it's not live anymore, comment down in the regular comment section and just give me some info. Hi, Al Marie Greenaway. And if you just joined us, this is a little bit of a test. And hello, Dan. Thank you, brother. But we're having a little problem with the YouTube live stream. When we set it up, it's 3 hours off. We set it up for 6:55. Go to the next screen. It said 3:55. So I went back and set it to 9:55. Then when it's set up, it said 6:55. But then the notification went out and still told people 9:55. And if you show up at 9:55, it won't be live stream. We'll be in bed by then. So if anybody has any information on that, and any of you tuned in late, I want to explain that again. But if you have any information to help us out on that. In the meantime, we'll talk a little bit about the coronavirus thing in our current events update before we get into our Bible study. Just the bottom line, though, let you know that a lot of what's out there is baloney. There are a lot of people telling you they know things they don't know. So be careful and don't fall for all the scammers and people out there just trying to get clicks on their videos and everything. But coronavirus is real. And if you are over the age of 60, and especially if you have underlying conditions, you've been on chemo, steroids, or have a compromised immune system. What's that? Diabetes, heart trouble, any of those underlying conditions, then stay away from people. Play it smart. Wise as serpents and harmless as doves. But as I've said, I think there's an overreaction for the rest of the country and the rest of the world. People who aren't and of course, there will be people die who aren't in those categories, just like people die of the flu. Every year, thousands of people who are healthy and between the age of 10 and 50 die. And that's sad, but that's life. And we can't shut down the economy and go into a Great Depression. You already seen in the news a couple instances where people have lost their marbles, and one guy tried to shoot and kill his girlfriend and then committed suicide, and thankfully she's going to survive. I think that was in Georgia. And seeing stuff like that. And don't freak out over this. It's not, at this point, it's nowhere near as bad as even the flu. And we'll see if it continues on into May and June, and the numbers may rack up, pile up as far as how many people die. But again, the information we have at this point is people, and you say, well, why did you cancel your services and start live streaming? Well, because at least half of our people fall in those categories, including myself. And so just like last year, I'll respond to you in a second there, Earl. Last year, I believe it was last year or the year before, sometime in the last couple of years, we canceled a service because of the flu. It was such a flu outbreak. We just decided everyone would stay home. But you know, this time the reason we decided to cancel until further notice is because of the fact that so many of us in our local church family are in those categories where they're in danger. So, Earl, you said to just put 655 CT. You know, you're just talking too sensible there, because we're in Eastern time, and so that's what I thought. But it doesn't say CT. So which is it? I don't know what. It doesn't say whether it's Central time or not, and so we're just left to hang, and we don't know for sure. And I mean, we can just assume, but you know what that does, you know. So, hello, is it? Hey, honey, Javier. How would you pronounce that? Is that
Javier?
Javier
Javier?
from Argentina?
Hello.
Hello, Javier.
Hello. I'm saying it with the French pronunciation, so if that's not Javier, perhaps.
And she's not French, but she plays a French woman in our house. So, so hello to those watching in Argentina. So that's all we got. I don't want to stay on here and just jibber jabber, but uh, it's Frank thinks it's Javier. Is that what you said? The J is like an H. That's what Javier.
Javier.
Is it? Did I pronounce it right? Javier or Javier? Javier. No, that's a Southern Ohio pronunciation. All right. Anyway, thanks for joining us. If you joined us late, listen to the once it'll be posted here in a few minutes. You can listen to it again and help us out. Otherwise, we plan on seeing you at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So God bless you all.